Alright everyone, we start off today with Ultra MAGA. This is a good one. I talked about it somewhat yesterday on my live stream, but this is so great. It's so good. It's so mimetic that I'm going to make, a main video about it as well. By the way, the baby does have the hiccups at the moment, so I'm going to try to keep it a little bit toned down. I'm hoping that she'll fall asleep at some point. So if you hear any hiccuping in the background, yes, that is the reason the cat is not drunk. Anyway, first and foremost, if you're watching this video on YouTube, pinned comment down below with links to other video hosting sites that I use. Keep in mind that I make exclusive content every single day on those platforms that does not go on YouTube. I'm trying to make 2 exclusives every day now. Time and energy, of course, permitting. When you've just had a child, a newborn, things can get a little bit dicey. I think I got 6 hours of sleep last night, and actually, the baby wasn't the big problem. It was the cats. Yana would not leave her sister alone and woke me up 3 times, actually. She also jumped on my back at one point and started meowing right into my face and wanted pettings at 2 o'clock in the morning, so it's a little bit difficult when you have that many little ones around. Anyway, Ultra MAGA. It came out the other day that liberal think tanks working with Joe Biden, link in the description, archived of course, actually spent 6 months of time. Think about the ramifications of this and how friggin' hilarious it is. They spent 6 months of time and probably millions of dollars to coin the term Ultra MAGA. Now, I would have gone with Mega MAGA because it just sort of fits. Mega, MAGA, they're sort of similar, right? Thus proving the left can't meme. But now they coined the term Ultra MAGA, and the idea was that for a large number of voters, MAGA holds negative connotations. What they didn't figure out is that there are so many problems with this. I'm going to try to explain them all. It's a slurry of insanity. It's total cringe. MAGA holds negative connotations with a large group of voters. Those voters are predominantly partisan Democrats and left-leaning independents. It's not the majority of voters, although their internal polling, I guess, suggests otherwise. The other problem is that the Republicans, in the wake of Trump's populistic injection, his vaccination of the Republican Party against cringe, is no longer the apologetic, cringing, cowardly edifice that it used to be. There are still plenty of Republicans like that. Liz Cheney, Mitt Romney, I'd say Dr. Oz is probably in that mix. Wink, wink, Pennsylvanians. They still exist. There are plenty of neocons like the Bushes in the party, although they've been fleeing like rats off what they think is a sinking ship. Really, it's a ship being hit by vermifuge at the moment. Most Republicans, though, now have either grown balls or they had balls to begin with. A Rand Paul, a Ron DeSantis, certainly Trump and his various diaspora. People that do not care if you give them mean labels. Trump was the god of mean tweets, and so they don't care so much. It's a meme party in the sense of actually appreciating humor. The left is beginning to lose on the front of comedy and satire, which is unthinkable to us millennials looking back at the golden age of leftoid comedy, maybe during the Bush and early Obama administrations. That's completely petered out. Trump has been labeled the MAGA king. This is now Biden's nickname for him. It reminds me of several things. Firstly, it reminds me of Little Marco. It reminds me of Marco Rubio at the debate with Donald Trump. You remember when Donald Trump called Marco Rubio Little Marco and ran him down? What was Marco's response? Oh, okay, Big Don. Well, you just handed a really nice nickname to someone who you're fighting against. Big Don sounds impressive. Oh, it's sort of mafioso. It's a strong title, as opposed to being little, being a midget, like Marco Rubio almost is. It didn't work. The response was weak. It was, look at his exchange with Chris Christie, who I don't like either, but the Marco Roboto meme, which I made a song about, by the way, really good one, very, very popular among people. It didn't work. The response was considered to be cringe. The idea here is that a liberal think tank spent millions and months of time creating a meme that was immediately appropriated by Donald Trump and by the MAGA crowd. Trump personally thanking Joe Biden on Truth Social, actually, the other day, saying, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I am the MAGA king, and posting like the God Emperor Trump meme and stuff like that. and people find it uproarious. They find it hilarious. The left literally cannot meme. Part of this is because there's no grassroots memeing going on. The left has no sense of humor. Liberals are not humorous people, generally speaking. They have gotten used to a 24/7 loop of Orange Man bad jokes, and so their humor is far deficient. The right wing does not have this problem. Much of what you see is grassroots. That is, someone is shitposting on the internet, on Twitter, on 4chan or whatever, and it gets taken up because it's funny, because it's exploitable, it's capable of being infinitely replicated. You think of Pepe or something like that. Another moment that it reminded me of, link in the description actually to this, was when that, you remember when that Italian artist, I guess you'd deem him, made the parade float with the gigantic Trump based on like the Space Marines thing from Warhammer, I believe it was, and he had this like 100-foot tall Trump statue basically slowly rolling down, and they were playing Sabaton in the background, Carolus Rex and stuff like that. It became like the ultimate meme of its era. In fact, the Ultra MAGA thing probably is the direct descendant of that basic premise. Donald Trump getting ridiculed, supposedly, by people who don't understand that by and large Americans do not frown upon the idea of the use of power and concepts like empire, strength, pushing your enemies down. People in other cultures may have a problem with that. Americans, by and large, don't, including many of the liberals. Some of them were laughing too. Come on, they just laughed more quietly. Ultra MAGA is the greatest gift to Donald Trump that could possibly be given. It's basically, think about it in mimetic and psychological terms. All the people that still believe in MAGA, now they've got MAGA on steroids. At least linguistically speaking, now there's a new term to encapsulate MAGA 2.0, Ultra MAGA. No, we're not just going to, go after the drug cartels. We're going to nuke them. We're not just going to close the border. Maybe this time we will build a 100-foot tall medieval fortification. No, we're not just going to keep our nose out of foreign wars. We're going to have to clean up the mess of Joe Biden. And so it contrasts, by the way, really well with Biden, because Biden is boring. Biden's boring, number one. He's weak, number two. I would argue not in real command of anything at the moment. He's basically a puppet being used by military generals and corporatists and a few other groups of people. He's messing up. He's created a weak, cringy economy. And when Trump probably runs in 2024, he will probably use Ultra MAGA as a slogan. He'll probably be using this meme in some way, shape, or form in ads if he runs. If he doesn't run, whoever his heir apparent is, maybe it's DeSantis, maybe it's Rand Paul, maybe unfortunately it could be Ted Cruz, will probably take up the same banner. Whether it's authentic or not, like Rand or DeSantis, or inauthentic, like Ted Cruz, of course, would remain to be seen. I have a feeling that Trump will run. I have a feeling that unless there's a health problem or a health problem with Biden, that could put the age question in doubt potentially, that Trump will run and that this will play a role. He'll be putting the Ultra MAGA King thing out online, and he'll probably be back on Twitter at that point if the Elon Musk deal goes through. He can say that he just loves truth and he's going to stay on Truth Social. I don't even know that it would matter, because as a presidential candidate, people would be disseminating those posts anyway on other platforms, so the interconnected globalistic nature of the internet would help him with that one. I just thought it was great. I mean, this is so great. This is better than Let's Go Brandon. That's how funny this is. Because this time it wasn't like the liberal media member trying to cover for, Joe Biden or something like that at a racing game. This time, the liberals literally created the meme, but it completely backfired. It's like you created a gun and then shot yourself. Basically, that's the metaphor for what's been done here. I wanted to make a video about the topic because it's just funny. Sometimes in these dark times, economically especially, with the shortages and other Biden-related problems, you need a little bit of levity. Well, I think that thank you to the Biden staff. You gave us a lot of levity with this one. It's funny because the legacy media even is reporting on how cringy it is. The legacy media is like, they put out this meme and they're trying to rebrand Donald Trump. They're trying to associate him further with MAGA than he already is. And he just laughs it off. He finds it funny. His fans find it funny. Even people that don't like Trump and just don't like the liberals either probably find it funny. It's really a unifying thing. The liberals, for the first time in many years, have actually given us something to unify around. The belief that they're all a bunch of fucking cringe lords that don't know how to meme. That's about all. Peace out.